Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Excited to have you all here. We have a packed out call today. Hello. Yay, I see people from all over the country and world popping on. I'm going to open up the chat, but mute us because we should have a full line. All right. Welcome, everyone. I'm so excited for today's call. I hope you had a good end of month. Woo-hoo-hoo! If you were trying to promote or getting your last few orders in, I'm sure you saw and felt the craziness of month end yesterday. Anybody? Anybody? Yeah, exactly. That's number one, how you know you're working your business hard when you're up till wee hours the last day of the month. But then also, it's a good reminder to promote early. I like to say that the 26th is the last day of the month because all the auto ships run on the 25th. So you should know what you need by the 26th, maybe the 27th, and you want to end all your promotions early because it almost always, it gets backed up. It just does, right? So congratulations to you because you were in our 400 club for the month of June, or you promoted. So whether you're listening to the recording or you're on tonight, I'm really excited for you because you're in for a treat. First of all, give yourself a pat on the back. You earned it. You got to 400 personal volume. You promoted your business. You're learning what it takes to hit executive, Ruby, and beyond, and you're unlocking pieces of the compensation plan. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, my name is Denise. I am the third Black Diamond in It Works and have been on this journey for 9.5 years. I cannot believe it's been this long. It goes by so fast. But we have someone as a special guest today who has been in even longer. And I don't know if you guys realize this, but Pam Souter is originally kind of like the first distributor. She went out. The FedEx truck is ringing my doorbell. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and introduce the first It Works ambassador. And I'm going to have Melody start sharing her story, and I'm going to run out and see what this FedEx person wants. So Melody, can you unmute yourself?
I'm so excited to be here. Thank you, Denise, for having me. I feel so honored. And, I've just been praying today, trying to ask God, what is it that I'm supposed to say to y'all? Because I really, really want to share something that will impact you and to give you some hope. Like Denise said, I've been in the business for a while. This past Tuesday was my 11-year anniversary with It Works. And, it seems like yesterday. It has been a true journey. And one of the best things I ever did in my life was to get involved in this company. And just to give you a little background, I was in network marketing for 15 years before I got into It Works. But that business vehicle, that mode of doing business wasn't working for us. And we had pretty much said that we were done with network marketing. We realized that it was a way to generate income. But for whatever reason, we were in the wrong company, maybe at the wrong time, wrong product line, wrong marketing plan. Whatever it wasn't due to lack of effort. I mean, Blair and I truly took it seriously. And for 15 years, we worked in different companies. We got into probably 4 seriously that we were doing during those 15 years. But it just wasn't working for us. And so we had given up on that idea of network marketing, and Blair had decided that he was going to put all of his efforts back into his construction business because he had kind of had one foot in, one foot out. When you're chasing a dream and you're hoping to get your freedom, you end up being a little bit distracted. And so he was, because he kept looking at getting out of construction. So he decided he had to go back into that full swing, and that was going to get us our dreams. And I had to get a job. And I had at that point had been without working a job for quite a while, and I was unemployable. I was not going to go back to work for somebody else. And so I actually got into a pink cosmetic company and decided between Blair's construction and me doing pink cosmetics that we were going to get our freedom that way, because that was a direct sales. It wasn't really network marketing, not the true sense of network marketing. So I was headed down that career path, and Blair was doing construction, and I wasn't looking for anything else. But then I got introduced to It Works, and I got a call from a friend of mine who told me she was going to a wrap party, and I was so skeptical. I was like, yeah, it's just water loss. Don't get your hopes up. I actually couldn't fathom how in the world they were going to have a party. All I could envision was people laying around, wrapped up like a mummy, all over the floor, and everybody trying to find a place to lay down. And it just didn't compute to me any other way. And she said, well, it's only $20. Now, this was back then, y'all. It was $20. And she said, it's worth a shot. And I'm like, $20. Now I know it's a scam. You know, nothing's going to get you results for $20. That's crazy. Because all I knew was what you went to the spa to spend $100 plus on. And so, you know, I was intrigued, but yet very skeptical. And so she called me the next day and told me that it worked. And I was like, yeah, but how? And she said, I don't know. She explained it. It sounded good. So I said, give me the girl's number. I'm calling her. And I called this girl and I said, you don't know me, but my friend told me about your wrap and I want to know how it works. And she proceeded to tell me, you know, that it was about the herbs and the cloth, and it all made sense to me. So I said, okay, well, I want to try one. So I went and got one from her, and I brought it back home, and I called my friend Vicki and I said, hey, you know what to do with this thing, because it was in a little package. I had no idea. It was just so foreign to me. And I said, come over when you get off work and show me how to do this thing, but don't say anything to Blair, because I just didn't want to hear it, you know. I mean, he was very supportive in anything that I had decided to do, but I had a lot of inventory of that pink stuff. And I just didn't want to hear him going, what are you going to do with all that stuff? You know, because he knows me. He knows that I get excited about things. And so I tried it. It worked. I got so excited because in 45 minutes, I got great results. And I was like, oh my gosh, this thing really works. So I called Kim, my It Works distributor, and called her and said, I need to come get another wrap. So I came and got another wrap, brought it home. And I told Blair, I said, I need you to do something for me. And I'll never forget, we had a den, and he came in the back door in the den and was going up the stairs into the kitchen. And I just stopped him right there on the stairs. And I said, I need you to do something for me. He's all grimy, dirty. I mean, I was just so excited. I couldn't wait to talk to him. And he said, what do you need? And I said, I have found this product, and I put it on last night. That's what Vicki and I were doing, and it really worked for me. And I want you to try it, because if you try it and it works, then I think I'm onto something. And he was like, what is it? What are you talking about? And I said, it's a wrap. And I'll never forget, he turned around, he goes, I ain't doing that. And he walked off. And I started chasing him around the house. I was going, Blair, you don't understand. This is different. This thing really worked. And if it worked for me and it worked for Vicki, it's going to work for other people. And I think there's an opportunity here. And I finally convinced him to try it. And he actually put it on before he went to bed. And he got results the next morning. And he said, you know what? Maybe you are onto something. So I called Kim back and I said, hey, I need to have a wrap party. And she said, well, this was on Thursday. And she said, well, I've got Tuesday open. So I said, okay, book it. Let's do it. And I got online. We didn't have texting, we didn't have social media, but we had email. So I started emailing all my friends, and I emailed 15 people and invited them to come to my house on Tuesday night. And I told them that they just needed to bring $20 and we were going to wrap their fat. And my phone started ringing off the wall, and they're like, does it really work? And I'm like, yes, it really works. I promise you, you just got to get to my house. And so out of those 15 that I invited, 12 came to my party. The other 3 called and said they couldn't get there, but they wanted me to get a wrap for them. And I just like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Because all the other things we had done, everybody was like, you know what, we love you, but we don't want to hear about another product. We don't want to do another party. We don't want to hear about any more opportunities. Just leave us alone about that stuff. But this, they got excited about. So I knew that was so special. And when they came, they threw their money on the table. We didn't even have a money jar. We just put the money out on the table. I sent Blair to go get some refreshments, and he came back with pizzas and Cokes and everything. And, there was money all over the table, and he saw that money. And as he was going back up the stairs, he was giving me the thumbs up and going, all right, baby, and I just knew this was something I was going to do. I jumped in that night. I had 3 people sign up as distributors, 9 signed up as loyal customers, and I was off and running. I was totally out of that pink company, even though I was a senior director with that company. I was on their career path, but I knew this was special. And I jumped in with both feet, and I decided this was going to be our future. And I knew that this was going to be what I had been praying for and what Blair and I had been praying for. And we just jumped in. And within a couple of weeks, y'all, I was so ignorant. I had no idea what I was doing. It was total ignorance on fire. My sponsor had told me that to sign up a loyal customer, they had to pay $35 and get on an 80 BV auto ship. And so, I mean, seriously, and they did it. That was what was crazy. They did it. And in 2 weeks, y'all, I was 72 wide. I had 72 people under me. Most of them were customers, but what they actually ended up being was distributors, because at that time we had a $35 distributorship. And it was the craziest thing, because back then they paid fast starts on the Business Builder kit, which was $299. Y'all, it's $99 today, but $299 back then, and you got more product, but you made a $100 fast start immediately. I mean, you signed somebody up, you made that fast start. It didn't get tied to 2 customers. It was just you sponsor them, you put them in. The $35 distributorship paid a $30 fast start. So I had money just coming in, checks in the mail. I mean, it was crazy. It was so crazy. And within a couple of weeks, I decided, like I said, I had 72 people in under me, all on my front line. I was so excited. I didn't know about how to build or how to chart or anything like that. I didn't even know how I was getting paid. I just knew I was making money hand over fist. And it was so exciting. But you know what? I jumped in with both feet, and normally in all the other things that Blair and I ever do, we're strong Christians. We believe, in the Christian faith, and I always prayed, always asked God for wisdom and for guidance, and, always sought his counsel whenever we would make any kind of decisions. And I realized I didn't even ask God about this one. I mean, I just jumped in and took off and just never even talked to him about it. And within a couple of weeks, I realized, wow, I hadn't even talked to God about this. What am I going to do? And so I immediately went into prayer, and I just asked God to forgive me and just said, Lord, I am so sorry that I didn't even talk to you about this. I just got excited and jumped in. And if it's not of you, I don't want any part of it. And, really, truly, Lord, after 15 years, I'm so tired of getting excited about businesses and then getting in and getting people involved, and nothing happens. We can't get anything to go. And, not only are we not making money, but our friends aren't making money. And, really and truly, Lord, I just don't want to do that again. And I just need to know, do I need to try one more time? Is this that last thing? Do I need to try it one more time? And I just said, Lord, give me some kind of a sign. Give me some confirmation. And I kid you not, within a couple of hours, I was flipping through a magazine and I saw a full page ad for curves for women. And it was a little girl riding on a bicycle, and the training wheels were off the ground, and in red letters out beside it. And to me, when red letters are there, that's Jesus speaking. Some Bibles have red letters for Jesus. So it was red letters out beside it, said, think what you would have missed if you hadn't believed in trying again. And I knew that was my sign. And I was like, yes, Lord, okay, I am in this thing. And I think what would have happened if I hadn't believed in trying this again? And, was it an easy journey? No, it was not. But it was easier than anything we'd ever done. But it does take work. And I wasn't afraid of working, and the work was just wrapping people. I just wrapped people like crazy. I wrapped people in parking lots. I wrapped them in restaurants. Wrapped them in bathrooms at service stations. You name it, I wrapped them. And it was so much fun. But along the way, there were tragedies. And along the way, there were things that tried to stop me. But I knew that this was something that God put into my life. And I knew that I had his stamp of approval. But now what I didn't know early on was just how big this was and how much more than just me that it was. In the beginning, it was about me getting my freedom, getting Blair's freedom, getting the things that we needed for our family. And yes, there were helping people along the way, but it wasn't until I had been in the business a couple of years. I'm sorry, my dog is barking at something going on outside. But, it became very, very clear to me that this was actually my purpose in life, that I was actually born to do this. And it was my sister who actually gave me that aha, that opened my eyes, gave me that epiphany. And, just briefly to tell you, in January of 2007, Mark had called all the diamonds and above to come to Greenville, South Carolina. Was it Greenville or Greensboro, North Carolina? One of them green places. But anyhow, he called us to come up there, diamonds and above. And there were 7 of us, y'all. This is in 2007. There were 7. That's it. 7. And nobody had gone triple diamond yet. So you got to think about this. All right. So Denise said Pam was the first distributor. And it took that 2007, the company was almost 6 years old at that point. Almost 6. And they still hadn't had a triple diamond. And so Mark issued a challenge. The first person to go triple is going to get an all expense paid trip to Jamaica or Cancun. And that's when he introduced the cab bonuses, the diamond bonuses, the 80s, 80s. But back then it was $50 up to $100. Today it's $80 up to $150. So, we just knew we were on fire, and he grandfathered in our team that we would get paid at whatever level we were. I was a double diamond at that time, and he set us home, and we were off and running. I was determined I was going to be the first triple diamond. And I got devastating news that my sister had been diagnosed with lung cancer. And it was not a good prognosis. They said she probably wouldn't be alive in 6 months. And I remember talking to Blair, and I told him that I just wanted to spend my time with my sister. She was 8 years younger than me, and I just wanted to spend time with her. And Blair was like, you do whatever you feel like you need to do, honey. And I went to my sister and I told her, and she was my biggest cheerleader. I mean, she loved what I was doing with It Works. She was a loyal customer and she was looking at getting into the business, but she had other things, other obligations with her job, and she had a good job. And so she just wasn't ready to get in yet, but had been planning on it, was planning on getting in. And so I went to her and I told her, I said, I've made a decision. I really want to just spend time with you. I'm going to put my business on the back burner. And she's the one that looked at me and she said, absolutely not. She said, don't you realize this is what you were born to do? You were born for this. God put you on this earth to do what you're doing now. It wasn't to be a wife. It wasn't to be a mother. It was to help people. And you're doing it. You are living in your purpose. And you cannot stay here with me. And she pushed me out. She said, you go build this thing. And, you come see me when you can. And that's what I did. I mean, I spent every spare moment I could with her. And I went triple diamond in March, just a couple of months later. And a week later, she passed away. She didn't even make it the 6 months, and I just always remember hearing her. I hear her voice so clearly in my head. Anytime I get down, anytime I feel defeated, I realize this isn't about me. This is about y'all. This is about helping other people. This is so much bigger. And I hope that you guys are getting a vision of that there is so much more to this. And that, I had to realize, who am I? Who am I to get this gift that God has given us and to not use it and to not pursue this dream and to pursue this vision with this company? I mean, we're in the right company, you guys. We really are. After 15 years in network marketing, we are in the right company. We have the right products. We have the right marketing plan. We have the right leadership. Mark and Cindy are amazing people, and we can trust them. And I'm going to follow them until I don't breathe anymore, because they won't lead us down a wrong path. And there's not many companies that you can say that about. There are companies that their leadership changes the deal on you and takes money away from you. And you're not going to find that here. Mark has added more money to this pay plan in the last 11 years that I've been in this company, and they are already projecting for the next 25 years. And I want to be a part of that. If I'm still here, I can't believe I'm going to be 61 in a couple of months. But you know what? I'm still excited. I'm still jazzed about this company, and I'm jazzed about what I do in this business. And there are going to be things that are going to try to take you out. There's going to be disappointments. There's going to be some hardships, and there's going to be some heartache. We're in a people business, and when people disappoint you, it hurts. But, there's the other side of that too. They also, put a blessing in your life. They also bless you, and they also give you a purpose. So, that's been my story. It Works has been just the most amazing opportunity that I've ever had the pleasure and the honor to be a part of. And, I don't take it lightly. I'm very serious about this business. And it has afforded Blair and I our freedom. We're debt free. We live in our dream home now. We drive dream cars. I am excited that we get to just pick up and go and do whatever we want. But what excites me even more is taking all you guys along with us, just being that light to people. And, I'm excited. I'm getting involved with an orphanage and a school down in Uganda. And that has just given me a renewed vision and a purpose. Now it's worldwide. I mean, really and truly, I ordered me a big world map, and I've got it on my wall up in my war room, and I envision the world, y'all. I mean, this is so much bigger, and we're only in 19 countries. I mean, my gosh, we still have a whole world ahead of us. And, yes, there's going to be those down times, and your business is going to go up and down, up and down, up and down. It happens to us. We're no different. Whatever's happening to you is happening to us. And I know you can tend to think that you're on an island by yourself and that nothing is that you're the only one going through stuff. But I'm going to tell you, we all go through stuff. And I learned that the hard way by comparing myself to others. So don't do that. Don't get caught up in comparing yourself, because it will cost you. And God made you unique. It's kind of I had to look at it like he gave me specific gifts and talents. He gave you specific gifts and talents. Maybe you haven't realized them yet, but he gave them to you. They're down in there. And for you to not use them, and for you to doubt who you are, and for you to say that you're just nobody and that you don't have what it takes, that's a slap in God's face. That just tells him, you don't know what you're doing, God. And that is so not true. He knows exactly what he's doing. And he's called you to this, whether you know that or not. He has called you to this business. And he is going to unleash that gift and that talent in you. But you got to go through stuff for him to do it. And he's got to know that he can trust you with all the people he's already got for you. He does. He has people already lined up for you in your business. They're going to be in your business. But you have to open the door. So get over whatever's holding you back. You have great leadership. Amazing leadership. Just look at Denise and Brandon. Look at Cammie. You have great leadership, and you have everything you need in order to take this all the way to the top. It's just that you got to go through whatever you got to go through to change and become that person that God's going to entrust those people with. So, Denise, I don't know what else.
I think we're all in tears. I hadn't heard that piece of your story about the magazine. I love it.
I have that. I tore that out. I have that framed, and it stays on my, in my office. And that is a good reminder.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so I just have to say, the FedEx guy needed a signature because I just got an It Works package.
Woo!
And it's top secret. And I'm really excited, but you guys can't know anything about it. So just be ready.
Am I going to get that package?
What's that?
Am I going to get that package?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm really excited about what's to come. And, one of the reasons why I invited Melody, and I just love and so appreciate her, is because she was one of the pioneers in this company. 11 years. I mentioned earlier that Pam is kind of like the first It Works distributor. Pam drove to Melody and helped with parties and helped. That's part of this story, is that every single person who's in leadership, it built from a distributor up, built through parties, built through finding their niche. And one of the aha moments I had throughout this journey was I don't even remember if it was a leadership council event or some sort of dinner that we went to. And Melody was there, and Tina and Bubba, who are one of their leaders, were there. And there's a bunch of other leaders there, and we're all talking. And you guys were just like everyone. When we get around each other, we're like, what are you doing? What are you doing? How's it? What's working for you? Let's go. We're brainstorming. We're having fun. We know that as It Works grows, we all win. And so we're brainstorming and having fun and chatting it up. And I left that meeting realizing that it didn't matter what your method was to build. You just had to figure it out. Figure out what you were really meant to do, what you were really good at, what didn't feel like work, and then do it a lot. Because some people in that room built through Instagram. Some people in that room built through Facebook. Some people built through one-on-one appointments and loved expos. And then I was talking with Melody, and she's like, I'm a party girl. I'm a party girl. I get in front of people. Get me in front of people, and I will close the deal because I'm so excited. And to this day, she still has that same excitement. So think about yourself. What's your strength? As Melody mentioned, you've got something. For me, it was being a good friend, just helping to mentor and coach and call the best out of people. What is it for you? What are you really good at? What do you love? And then do it a lot, like a lot. Become an expert in that field. I don't need to be an expert in Instagram to do this business, but I can be an expert at what I'm good at to do this business. So figure that out for you. Another question I asked Melody one time, and this is my favorite, and I brag about you because I share this all the time. We were at Dash, which is for top 50 or top 75, whatever it is. And I said to Melody, how do you stay so excited? I just said, 9 years in, 10 years in, 11 years in, the honeymoon phase is over. You've hit a lot of your goals. How do you stay excited? And she thought about it for a minute. Do you remember what you said?
It's a choice.
It's a choice. I love it. And it's so true. Every single day we make a choice to be excited. We make a choice to stay focused on our goals. We make a choice to work this business based on what we want, not based on how we feel. So Melanie, I share that tip a lot with people because I think so often we work our business based on how we feel rather than the goal that we set for ourselves. Mm-hmm. So one of the things I know you're really good at, and I will move into the next section, and I really appreciate is just your love for people. You are really, that's why you love parties and one-on-ones and coaching, because you just love people and you see the best in them. You're also really good at creating community and creating that strong bond. And in my opinion, the community can be the glue, at least it was for me, to keep people going when they do have those ups and downs in the business, as we all do. So I'd love to hear some tips or ideas or things that you've done in the past to help create community within your team.
Well, you said it so well, Denise. It is about love of people. And I do everything in love. I lead with love. And I'm not one of these leaders that is going to give tough love. If they ask me and they want me to be honest and they are sincerely asking for advice to what's holding them back and I see something, then I'm going to talk to them in kindness about it, but I'm not going to judge them. It's not my job to judge them. And so, but other than that, they're not going to get tough love from me. They're just going to get love. And I'm going to believe in them. And, we're all in business for ourselves. We are our own boss. And I'm not the boss of you. You're not the boss of me. This is a volunteer army. And so I try to be very sensitive to the fact that, people come in at all levels. They have their own issues, their own challenges, their own lack of confidence, their own lack of discipline, whatever it is. My job is just to point them in the right direction, help them to understand that if they want to succeed, then I believe in them and I want them to succeed, but this is what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to get into the books. You're going to have to get into listening to good things, and it's all over YouTube. All you got to do is go in there and, search YouTube for Jim Rohn, Les Brown, John Maxwell, Tony Robbins, whoever. Go in there and start devouring that development, that personal development. So how I build people being loyal and community, things like that, is through love. I let them know that I care for them and I love them. I don't wait on them necessarily. I do not wait on people. If they choose not to run, that's their choice. I'm going to run with the runners, but I'm still going to love on those that aren't ready. Because one of these days, my prayer is that they're going to get ready and they're going to be ready. So what if I did not value them and I just threw them to the side and I gave up on them because they weren't producing? And if they're ready, when they get ready, they're not going to want to come back to me. They're going to go to somebody else because I did not value them. And so that is so important. You have to show people that they are of value. Now, you can't fix stupid. You're going to have those kind of people. I'm telling you. But I still try to love on them. I still try to just, give them a hug and just include them in. They're either going to come along or they're not. And they usually will take themselves out of the game.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be because I pushed them out. Okay? So I don't take people out of team pages if they don't produce. I don't do that. If I've got a page where I've got some runners on there and some people are not producing, I'm not going to take them out of that page. They can take themselves out. But there's going to be something that might spark them. If they got in there, they got in there for a reason. And if they're not producing, that's their problem. It doesn't hurt me that they're not producing, it hurts them. So I'm just hopeful that maybe something gets said in there that's going to spark them, that's going to get them to say, I'm ready, So that's me. That's how I lead. I do everything through love. Doesn't mean that I don't get disappointed. Doesn't mean that I don't get frustrated. And like I said, you can't fix stupid. But you don't get mad at them. You just try. At least not to their face. You can rant and rave at home in private or whatever and call them whatever you want to call them, but don't do it to them. It's not my job to do that.
One of the things I've really learned, what I've learned in the business is I can love you and I can believe in you, but I can't want it for you. And so I have really worked to personally detach my emotion to their success.
Yes.
I am so excited and invested, and I respond. Like, I'm not a good stalker anymore because I've got too many people for that, but I'm really good at responding. And I try to have spaces where people can talk and, create those communities, small groups and chat and accountability partners and things like that to build connections within the team. But I cannot be personally invested or emotionally invested in their activity, because the only thing I can control is myself. So the only thing I can really focus on is what I'm doing on a daily basis to build my business and to focus. Hold on one second. I don't have help on Fridays. It's pool party Friday, and Owen wants to play baseball. So hold on one second. But one thing that I love doing too is just having fun together, having fun creating memories. And you don't need a promotion to have fun. You can create any reason to have fun. Sometimes it's a earned, complete steps of success and you get to go. Sometimes it's a diamond trip. Like when you get to Diamond, we used to do limo wine tours with their Diamond group. And it doesn't have to be expensive. It can just be meet at Panera and hang out. But it's creating those moments where connections can be made, because most of us are signing at people we don't know and they don't know us. And so we really want to work hard to build that connection in that community. So I know you're doing a lot of fun stuff with your Blue, Melody. I don't know if you've realized this, but she likes to have fun and she does not want to miss out. So what are some fun things that you do with your team?
Oh, wow. We do all kinds of fun things. We like to go to the movies. We'll just, spur of the moment. Hey, what are you doing? Let's go. We'll go to a midnight movie. We like to get together at the pool and go hang out and be working with our phones, sitting there, laying out at the pool and having fun. I enjoy taking them out to dinner. We'll go to dinner or we'll go to lunch, just impromptu things. There's a fun place in Nashville called The Escape. And we've done that. And what that is, it's a team building thing, and you get locked into a room and there's a scenario and you got to be able in an hour to go through all the clues and find out and get yourself out of that. You have to escape. And that is so much fun. We have done that several times. We do painting parties, just something to go and enjoy each other's time. And a lot of it's spur of the moment. It is, most of us that are here in the Nashville area, most of us have our freedom, and we can just pick up the phone and call and say, hey, what are you doing right now? Let's go do this. Let's go do that. And you got to have fun along the way. If you're not having fun, then you're doing something wrong, and you need to reevaluate why you're not having fun, because this is a fun business. And it's so important that you keep it fun. Keep the fun in it. Keep your, keep it alive. And when you're having fun, you are so full of life. And so, that's what we do. We just do
that. Yeah. So for the Reds out there, the fun is a marketing tool.
Yes.
Market the fun.
Yes.
Because when you're having fun, you're taking pictures. You know, I have leaders who say that every time we do something fun, people inbox them and say, man, it always looks like you're traveling. It looks like you're doing, you know, you want to market the fun. So when you're out there doing that, it's people are drawn to it. They're drawn to success. They're drawn to smiles. They're drawn to speed, of course, but they're drawn to that fun. They want to be a part of something moving and shaking. So be loud about the fun that you're having and that you're creating. We'll do dream board nights. I've learned to do them more than just in December.
Yeah.
Sometimes we do them like New Year's, December, and then I'm like, oh wait, all these new distributors need to have dreams too. So we're trying to do that a bit more consistently. Just those vision days kind of thing. We've done leader retreats. So for double diamonds and above, we've done leader retreats. And again, you guys, if you're thinking, okay, I've just got 3 people on my team, do fun stuff with them. Do fun stuff. If they're far away, then that's one reason why you all want to get to corporate events. You can plan fun stuff around corporate events where you're all going to. What other things do you do to help pour belief into your new distributors or help raise up leaders?
You know, I like to take them what I call dream building. And that's, you know, I'm always looking for open houses, parades of homes. I like to take them to the car lots and go, you know, let them test drive dream cars or whatever, and get them to start believing that they too can have something like this. If they don't know what they're shooting for, then they get a little bit lost. And, you know, a lot of people don't go and look at homes. You know, it's just not something they do. But I love doing that. I love going in and looking at dream homes and just, you know, seeing what's possible, you know, getting ideas. And, you know, it's you know, again, encouraging them to read, encouraging them to start developing that leadership muscle that they need. Because if they're going to be in this business and they're going to recruit some people, they are going to be leaders. And you know, if you've got one person that's in your group, in your business, then you're leading that one person. So start seeing yourself as a leader. Even if you don't believe in yourself, you still got to see yourself as a leader, because again, you're not here by accident. You are here because God has put you into this business. He's given you an assignment, whether you realize it or not. And you better start doing what you need to do to, you know, have that assignment come to fruition and to, you know, walk in what God has given you. So, you know, it's just a matter of just, again, it goes all the way back to that love thing, Denise, just loving on people, believing in people, helping them, encouraging them, you know, getting them to see that they are special. And they're going to develop and they're going to find that leader within themselves. Mm-hmm. If I can lead them to the right resources, then they're going to start developing that leadership within them. And little by little, they're going to have little successes. And I'm going to just smother them with praise on what a good job they did. Mm-hmm. Because when they feel that they've done a good job, they're going to want to continue to do a good job. And they're going to reach a little more and a little more and a little more.
Well, I know this sounds silly, but I heard this in a book one time. They said, you imagine kindergartners. You say, thank you very much to the ones who are raising your hand nicely, right? What does everyone do? And so that's exactly right. We're praising what we want. And then guess what? We get more of that behavior. We're calling it out of people. Yeah. So one thing I've recently been really intentional on doing is texting my new distributors within their first 6 weeks. I'm so glad you're on our team. You are going to be so good at this. You are so good at this. You are a natural. I'm so proud of you for reaching out to your 30s list. Oh my gosh, your party is going to be awesome. Like just really being, because do you remember your first party? At least for me, I remember mine. 3 people came, 1 person wrapped, 0 loyal customers, and it was because I was too scared to invite people. So it just, you know, there's a lot of fear in the beginning because it's so unknown. And so I really am trying to personally pour belief, not only in the company and the products and our team, but in them as well. So that means I have to be watching and listening. What are they good at? Oh my gosh, I texted this to one of my new leaders. I said, imagine being able to stay home and work from the park every day. She was like, oh, that would be awesome. And just start really personally reaching out and pouring that belief into people. You're here for a reason. I'm so grateful for you. You're going to be awesome. You are awesome. I also try to give people jobs. And this is giving them a stage a little bit on our Zooms. So if someone really loves product, then guess what? They're a product expert. If someone really loves parties, guess what? They're the party expert. If someone's green, guess what? They're compliance. Sorry. But we give them a job. So we give them a stage, a place where they can share their tips, their tricks, things that they're learning. And what happens is when they're on the Zoom or they're the teacher for the moment, everybody starts friend requesting them. Everyone starts saying, oh, thank you, that was awesome, good job. And their confidence goes up. So you can think about this in your own small, like your small communities. We say that it's like it's the small group of the larger organization. It works as the larger church, right? The big organization. And it's our job to create these smaller communities within that. So you can raise up those leaders who are rock stars within your smaller team. And that's awesome because they should be, right? And as you're signing up new distributors, our job is to help raise them and build that confidence as well. What other things can you think of, Miss Melody, before community, building belief, raising leaders? What do you think?
I think just get good at people skills. You've got to do your homework on that. You've got to learn how people tick. And, the personalities, that is so important. You've got to learn that and really study it because most everybody's challenge with people is due to personality conflicts or personality differences. And the sooner you can recognize it and not take offense, the better you're going to be with people. For instance, a red personality is just going to be very direct, very to the point, very frank, very they can tend to be critical and can criticize, and they talk without a filter. Well, then you've got the little yellow personality that everything, they internalize it, they take it personal. They're so wounded at times by a red personality, and that red doesn't even realize that they have wounded somebody. They're just being honest. And once they've, spoke their mind, they're done, they're over it, and they don't, they're not, it's over in their mind. It's a done deal. But the yellow one, she's just licking her wounds, and she is totally wounded and takes it so personally. Whereas if you understand the personalities, then you can, if you're that yellow person, you can say, okay, take a deep breath here. All right, she didn't mean that. She wasn't trying to hurt me. She was just being her red, direct personality. And I'm not going to take offense to that. And you let it go because she's already let it go. She's done. It's over. You are the one that hurts because you don't understand how that red works. It's the same with if you're that red and you've got the blue who just wants to have some fun and she's not focused and she's scattered and she's all over the place, then that red one is going to be upset with her and thinking that she's not serious about her business. And that's farthest thing from the truth. It might be the truth, but it's, usually because they don't understand the personalities. And we get upset with the greens because they want to know all the details. And if you're the blue and you don't live in detail, you are fly by the seat of your pants kind of person, you get so bogged down in those details and you get frustrated with somebody. So, you've got to know the personalities. You have to take the test. You have to study it because it's all about people. And if you can get that down, then you're going to be so much further ahead in the game. You won't take it personal, and you will be able to thrive and survive in this crazy people business, because it all comes down to that key. I just want to share one thing really quick, because to drive this point home, I am a blue yellow. Blues thrive on compliments. they do well when they're being recognized. They need that validation. And I grew up with parents who were very validating and complimentary and always telling me, I look good. I'm awesome. I'm wonderful. And then I married a red personality, Blair. And back in the day, he was very red. Today, he's gotten more yellow, but back in the day, he was red. And it just killed me because he would never compliment me. He would never tell me I look good. He would never tell me that, that you're doing an awesome job. I mean, I remember being in the bathroom trying to put my makeup on. We're going to go out for the evening and I'm killing myself. I got a new outfit and I'm sitting there putting on my mascara and thinking, by golly, this time he's going to say, wow, you look awesome. And then I would come out and he'd look at his watch and go, are you ready? You're late. We're late again, because blues are always late. We're late again. Are you ready? Let's go. And I'm like, deflated, just totally defeated, totally deflated. And I go, but do I look okay? And he'd go, yeah, you look fine. Come on, let's go. You always look good. And it would crush me. And I just thought, he's just so not nice, And so we learned about the personalities long before I got into It Works. And it was because we were in network marketing that introduced us to good books. And I was reading the characteristics of a blue and the characteristics of a red. And right there in black and white, it said blues thrives on compliments. So I was showing Blair, so look, it says I thrive on compliments and you never compliment me. Why? And then he was looking at what the red said. And right there in black and white, it says does not give compliments. So he said, look, does not give compliments. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, all right. Well, then I decided then and there I was not going to take it personal anymore. And then he recognized that I needed that. So he started becoming more cognizant of that. And he would compliment me without me having to ask for the compliment. And because of that, continuing to learn about the personalities, we became stronger together instead of our differences tearing us apart. So that's what I would say. If you're going to be in a people business, you better be good at learning people and just love on them and build your business with integrity. And there is no way you can go wrong. You're going to make mistakes. I'm not saying that. We all make mistakes. But just know that there's grace. And if you did it without intent to harm, you're going to mess up. And you just own it, apologize, and move on. And that's it in a nutshell, Denise.
Absolutely. Thank you, Miss Melody. One thing I'll end with is strengthening your emotional IQ. They call it your EQ. Because I think as we grow into leadership and you're building community and you're connecting with newbies, but medium, people that have been in a year or two, and then you've got people who have been in 6 years now, you've got leaders on all different stages. And one of the things that I think has grown, that I've been able to at least grow in, is, again, not allowing other situations or outside situations to impact me emotionally. And if I do feel like it has impacted me emotionally and I need to make amends or, then I do that. But I don't harbor resentment. I don't get angry. I've learned to take 100% responsibility of myself and my business, period. And I think the more we grow in that, the stronger we become, and we don't get swayed by other things. But I can tell you, this business is worth it, isn't it, Owen? It is. We've got 2 little boys who only know 2 work-from-home parents who have flexible schedules, a pool where we can do pool parties, and we do team parties every Friday where kids come over and we play, we have fun together. And I have decided right here, right now, that I am getting a world map, and I am putting on distributor. I'm tacking on where our current distributors are, but then I'm also tacking on where I want teams to be, and I am praying over every single person in our organization and globally as a company, because we've got a whole lot of people who do not know what we have, and they need to wrap. And so think about this, you guys. Imagine being one of the first people in that pink company. Where would you be today? Well, we're here to tell you that that's the opportunity you have right now. You are sitting pretty, you guys, in a company that is debt-free, stable, has a clear vision, and leadership who knows where they're going. And as Melody says, she's been around the block, so you don't have to. She knows that we've got the best right here at It Works. So decide what your July goal is. Fight for that stinking cruise. You want to be on there. I'll be there. Melody will be there. We'll sit with you in the hot tub. We want to play, hang out, have fun. If you're blue, you want to be there. If you're red, you want to win it. So thank you guys so much for being on. I'm so proud of you for earning the right to be on this call. Brag about it. Post about it. You hit a goal, and we're proud of you. So thank you, Melody, for sharing. I so appreciate you. You are one of my favorite sideline sisters. We've been in the trenches together. We've figured it out together. We've failed together. And if you don't have a sideline sister, you guys, then find someone who's not on your direct upline or downline that you can connect with, because man, they're special. So thank you for being that person for me too.
Oh, you to me too, Denise. I really appreciate you having me. I feel very honored to be with these awesome gals and these winners. They're going for it, and that is so awesome. So thank you for having me.
Absolutely. All right. Have a great 4th of July weekend. Let's start the month off strong, and we'll see you at Green Carpet. Bye.
Bye-bye.